Good evening. I'm Mark Gorlushin, principal of Metro High School. It is both an honor and a pleasure to stand before you and extend the warmest of congratulations to our first graduates of the class of 2023. Yeah. I'd like to begin by welcoming a couple of influential groups. First, to the parents, guardians, and families of our graduates. Your work in support of these students has helped them get this far. In the coming years, they will continue to need your guidance, your support, and your love as they take those next steps in their lives. Next, I'd like to welcome our school board representatives in attendance tonight. Director Nancy Hummels. Members of our central administration, Director of Secondary Education, Cynthia Phillips. And then I'd also like to acknowledge Superintendent Noreen Bush, who passed away this past fall following her battle with cancer. Superintendent Bush was an amazing advocate for alternative education and specifically for Metro High School. Her genuine, caring nature, enthusiastic leadership, and just passion for all students is something that will be greatly missed in our district, and I know especially at Metro High School.
Tristan, I will miss all of these animated responses from you about your job, hunting, even the updates on how your online games were progressing. I'm gonna miss that. Tristan, on days you would make me a bit nervous if we were gonna make it to this stage tonight. Yet, you would always assure me that yes, indeed, you would get the daily tasks that I had set before you. It was just completed in Tristan time. In any regards, congratulations, here we are, you did it. Tristan, please keep setting daily, weekly, and longer-term goals for yourself. This is going to help you to keep pursuing ahead. Also, keep reflecting on how each day goes. This leads to growth and helps you to see what direction you need to keep moving forward. Keep inspiring others. I have been a witness to many passionate discussions that you would have talking with both students and staff. You have a wealth of knowledge. Keep on sharing, learning, and growing. I look forward to hearing about all of your accomplishments as you go on out into this big world. I will miss the updates and your daily stories of life. Congratulations. Next up, Leighton Evans. Good evening again, I'm still Paula, and I'm happy to be standing here with our graduate Leighton and joined on stage by his advisor, Sara. I'm honored to have been a part of your short time here at Metro. Leighton, you were only with us for less than a year, and in that time, you were determined to be standing here on this stage today. Determination, as defined by the Oxford Dictionary, is the quality that makes you continue to try to do something, even when it's difficult. Leighton, you have done all of this, which has led you to this great accomplishment and just why you are standing here today. Ralph Martin says, "You've done it before and you can do it now. See the positive possibilities. Redirect the substantial energy of your frustration and turn it into positive, effective, unstoppable determination." Leighton, always look for the positives that you can take away from any situation that you face. Let your determination outweigh your frustration. Frustration will only slow the progress. Determination is the boost that will propel you forward. You have expressed an interest in working within the trades, and you are going to be outstanding in that line of work. Your determination, hard work, and creativity will certainly shine through. I look forward to hearing about where the road ahead takes you. Congratulations. Neon Panwell.
My name is Andrew Trout, and I am joined on stage by Trevor Templeman and our graduate, Neon. I teach English language learners here at Metro, and I'm delighted to speak about Neon today. I've actually known Neon since we were both at Jefferson. I was a teacher, and she was a student. But I was your teacher at Jefferson, too, and we found each other again over at Metro. I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I also really appreciate that you love the movie Titanic. So that was our one big connection that we have for sure. One thing that many staff will say about Neon is that she has a kind and gentle personality. Little do they know that under the surface, there is some attitude when the situation arises. One day in class, we were discussing food and its importance culturally, and I was asking for students to share their favorite food, and I come to Neon and ask her what her favorite food is, and with an appropriate amount of teenage angst and attitude, she said, "I don't know, rice?" And yeah, rice is great. Neon will probably tell you that school has not always been easy for her, and she's worked very hard to be on this graduation stage tonight. We're so proud of you and all that you've accomplished, Neon. Sometimes when Neon was challenged with an assignment, she would tell me that her brain was so small and she couldn't do it. I don't agree, Neon. Your brain is big and wonderful. And Neon plans to work right after graduation, and I hope your life is as big and as wonderful as your brain. Thanks, Neon. Congratulations. Next up, Audrea Uwanchunguye. You're taller tonight.
Oh, you were that girl.
My name is still Andrew, and I'm joined on stage by Sara Sullivan. So I'm delighted to speak about Audrea as well. I've known Audrea since we were both at Jefferson, same situation, teacher, student, and I've been her teacher multiple times. One thing that I always appreciate about Audrea is that she's determined to help out however she may be needed. Audrea is very family-oriented and has been helping her mother with her youngest sibling who was born this summer. She's always been responsible and has put family first to make sure things are taken care of. I will also add that Audrea is often very calm and relaxed about her life. She takes a much more relaxed approach to life and sets an example for many of us here who may not be as calm or relaxed about things. Last year, during quarter 4, we read different coming-of-age stories in our ELL class and saw how characters develop and grow as a result of challenges they face. Now that I think about it, I've been fortunate enough to witness Audrea start as a young 9th grader when we were both at Jefferson, teacher-student, and I have seen Audrea's coming-of-age story. She has grown up so much over the years I've known her, and I'm proud of her and all that she's done to finish her high school diploma today. After graduation, Audrea plans to work full-time and continue to help her family. I'm honored to have been part of your coming-of-age story, Audrea. Congratulations. Kobe Chrisman is next.
Hi. Good evening. My name is Sara Sullivan, and I was Kobe's advisor. Makes me a little sad. Joining us on stage tonight is Metro's lead teacher, Dan Walsh. I'm going to start out like in the middle of nowhere with a text that I sent to Mary, Kobe's mom, in which I said, "I know, isn't it so bizarre and totally cool that I met you that day you came in with paperwork, and then out of all the teachers in the building, he was assigned to me? Coincidence?" So what happened was Mary came up to bring up paperwork for Kobe, who was going to be starting orientation. I saw this woman like outside the door, like, "Where do I come in?" And so I opened the door, and we had this little interaction, and it was just wonderful. And then I find out that Kobe's my advisee, and that's his mom. So then Mary, at some point shortly after that, a couple months later, had texted me Thank you for believing in Colby and encouraging him. I also believe in things and changes in life happen for a reason. Like the day I met you. I liked you right away, your personality, and as I listened to you speak highly of Metro's program. I sensed how dedicated you are with your students. When I left that day, I felt more at ease with him attending Metro. Then to find out you were his advisor, I knew you were what Colby needed and deserved for his second chance with high school. I'm so glad that you came to us for your second chance. Colby is cool, calm, collected, open-minded, responsible, kind, caring, polite. He goes with the flow. He's like old school nice, like I would trust him with a grandparent nice. He's consistent. He's worked the same job for, I had to write XXX because it's been so long.
Been 4 years.
4 years. That's like almost unheard of. And he's a constant source of happiness for me, for his teachers, for his mom. Colby, having that consistent presence was reassuring. It made me feel grounded. Like no matter what, the day was gonna be okay on the days you were there. And the days you weren't, it didn't feel so calm. I want you to know that your presence is a true gift, just your presence, that you are missed, and that the world is better because you're in it.
Thank you.
Way to go. Congratulations. Mark Clark, please. I want to play.
No.
Well, two really uncomfortable people. Good evening. I'm still Sara Sullivan, and I was Mark's advisor. Joining us on stage tonight is math teacher Yuri Miller. I'm going to start by reading a message I sent to Mark's mom, Janelle, shortly after Mark began at Metro. Good morning, Janelle. My name is Sara, and I am Mark's advisor at Metro. I will be in touch soon via phone, but thought this would be a better way to start your day. Last week, Mark got shout-outs from 2 of his classroom teachers for doing such a great job in class. He's off to a great start. A couple of days later, I left Janelle a voicemail. She responded in a text. Mark was listening to your message, and I have never seen him smile so much. Don't let it out, Mark. Don't let it out. I am so glad he is loving it there and doing great. I'll be honest, I was a little shocked to hear that Mark had any kind of reaction, let alone a smile his mom had never seen. Mark had been a young man of few words at the time, and that made it hard to know what he was feeling or what he was thinking. Reading through those old text messages made me remember that there was a day, it was when Mark first joined us at Metro and a while after, when Mark had every inch of himself covered up in clothing, oftentimes several layers. And yeah, his head too. Also, aside from an occasional grunt, Mark hardly spoke. It was impossible at that time to know what kind of gem lied beneath. Over time and with increasing frequency, we got to see Mark's gifts more and more. That beaming smile, he can't hide because it's so genuine, the best giggle in the world, his thoughts and opinions about literature and text, higher level thinking and science. He even participated in something he didn't have to, golfing. All signs that Mark felt increasingly welcome and was genuinely home. I'm gonna leave you with a quote because it's like so right on for you, Mark. Speaking of plants, Alexander Den Herer put it this way: when a flower doesn't bloom, you fix the environment in which it grows, not the flower. Congratulations, Mark. Miles.
Yep.
name is Mike Finley. I'm a language arts teacher at Metro High School. On stage with me is Sara and Miles. I first met Miles as an aspiring musician, and then as a superior chess player, and throughout, and more importantly, as a kind, caring, and empathetic human being. When I started at Metro, I hoped to create a music program. There was some success at first, and it was here when I really met Miles. I've been consuming music for most of my life, but Miles' knowledge of artists puts me to shame. He knows bands that I once loved, bands that I've never cared about, namely Motley Crue, and bands I'm sure I will one day stumble upon and realize that Miles was right about all along. Now, much like the Crue, Miles and I haven't always seen eye to eye. Miles was determined to get a PS5. He got a difficult and demanding job to ensure that he could get one. Now, in my mind, and this is a hot take, the PS5 was a scam. Its price was artificially inflated, and I've always imagined that it's called the PS5 because Sony only released 5 new games for it, plus remasters of Skyrim and GTA 5 for the 5th time. But Miles was determined, and he put aside his anxieties and logistical difficulties of scheduling and transportation to accomplish his goals. This is what makes Miles exceptional, his willingness to go all in, to follow his passions until he can stand among the greats. Seemingly out of nowhere, Miles' attention shifted from music to chess. Instead of advancing casually into the game, as a normal person might do, he immediately harnessed the power of various online chess engines, and to date has played over 800 games, vigorously analyzing each one to find areas of improvement. I used to play a game with him in the morning until the losses became too great a hit to my ego to start the day with. More importantly than any of this is the kindness Miles shows to anyone and everyone. As he walks across this stage and out into the world, I am confident that he will be a shoulder for others to lean on, a stalwart member of whatever work he decides to take on, and a dogged, persistent, ever-improving person. Miles, your chess game is on point, but Motley Crue is still the worst. Congratulations. Up next is Nate Hughes. Nate. Joining us on stage is Shannon. I'm still Mike. You probably remember me from my TED Talks. I'm also a language arts teacher, again. I don't remember when I first met Nate, but I most certainly remember the fact that he has arrived on site at Metro earlier than almost every student since the beginning of this year, a testament to his desire to make it to the finish line and graduate. Lately, I try to get to school early. On my end, this is the result of panic. I'm new to the job and still working things out and often need the time to ensure that I can get things ready for incoming students. This last year, at the end of my morning anxiousness and before the start of business, Nate would appear, a calm and resolute bastion that helps to ground my day in the stuff that matters, video games, chess, the best snacks, and the other things that make up our collective days. Until this year, I've worked at Metro as a building substitute and part-time teacher, meaning that I was from time to time someone who assumed the role of Nate's teacher. And while I'm certified by the state to provide some sort of education outside of my licensure to teach language arts, this does not mean I was truly qualified to instruct Nate, who likely surpasses my knowledge in many fields of study. As a fact, I know that Nate is intellectually and mechanically ambitious, as his participation in Metro's STEAM Academy has indicated. Nate was an important member of the robotics team during his time at Metro and helped our school towards some pivotal victories and occasional but exciting disasters. Nate takes it in stride, and this is his ethos: live and let live. Nate is an easygoing, funny, clever, kind, and hardworking individual who, as of yesterday, has already started applying for jobs. I hope that once you walk across this stage, you never lose these qualities and only continue to add to them. I will never forget our early morning talks. I wish you all the best. Congratulations. Up next, Loki Price. Ready? We'll see if I am. Oh no, that's not good. Joining us on stage is Chuck. Loki, as we all know, is well named. He shares, intentionally or unintentionally, many qualities of his namesake, the trickster god of Norse mythology. According to legend, in addition to general mischief, Loki was a shapeshifter, which I find to be most appropriate. Loki was one of the first students that I met at Metro post-lockdown. I have known him by the various shapes that he may choose to take: engineer, musician, poet, philosopher, friend, and maybe most importantly, charismatic storyteller. Most of what Loki says is probably nonsense, but I serve as living proof that confidence, dedication, and ambition can take you where initial skill might not allow. Fake it until you make it. Most content is largely nonsense. It's about the presentation, of which Loki is a master. I've never had Loki as a student in a language arts class, and I didn't need to. He is a student of all things, with a boundless curiosity and the tireless ambition to match. Loki decided to become a guitar player, and so he did. Loki decided to be a chess player, and so he did. Loki decided to be an engineer, and he did. And finally, Loki decided to graduate. He packed a lot of credits into a short time, and we were all there to witness the shapes that he could take. Throughout it all, Loki has been kind, inquisitive, sincere, and sometimes even honest. I can say that it has been a joy and a privilege to know him. As he walks across the stage tonight, I know in my heart that the best stories don't have to be all true, and that the wildest philosophies come from the strangest insights. Loki's story at Metro is over, but I know that the best chapters have yet to be written. Congratulations. Next up, Sam Zaruba.
Hi there again. I'm Chuck Tonelli, science teacher at Metro, and joined with me is Sara, social studies teacher, and our graduate, Sam. Confident, caring, trustworthy, inclusive, smart, flexible, courageous, and a good team member. These are just a few of the words that I would use to describe the young lady you see here on stage. These characteristics are not set in stone, but rather have been grown and tested during your time at Metro. Sam, like so many of tonight's graduates, came to Metro during the pandemic. She was not sure if this was what she wanted and not sure Metro was the right place for her. We were busy with being not sure what we were doing and deciding if online learning or hybrid or something else was the right, thing to do, given the circumstances. One of the first classes Sam took was Metro Robotics, a dual-enrolled science and CTE class offered at Metro. Sam joined robotics at a time where no matches were being played live, postseason was uncertain, and attendance was low. I think it is fair to say that without Sam's willingness and determination, Metro Robotics would have missed the season, like so many other teams in the Cedar Rapids and the corridor, several of whom still have not returned to competition. Since then, Sam has been a consistent presence. Robotics class, practices, events, competitions, she was always in. She became a leader and a role model along the way, welcoming many of our new students to class on their first days. Most appreciated, Sam was there when I needed her, completing grant applications, preparing and planning events, editing the team's engineering notebook, coordinating team activities. She was always willing to help and do what the team needed her to do. The thought that I want to leave you with is family. Sam took that first year to recognize that Metro is a little different. We are family at Metro. We take care of each other. We help and support each other. The robotics room is a place where all are welcome and expectations are high. A place where you can be yourself and learn communication and social skills while building relationships with kids that accept you for who you are. These ideas are principles that are not prescribed by the teachers, but rather have been carried out and worn with pride by our student leaders. For the past 3 years, that student leader has been Sam. She will be missed, she's irreplaceable, and she's family. We wish her the best and hope that she continues to stay connected, share her stories, and maybe even provide mentorship to future robotic leaders. Good luck, Sam, with your future plans. Congratulations. Next up, Jesse Hempstead.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Glenn. This is Jesse Hempstead and Chris, one of his instructors. I just wanted to let you know that having you in advisory group every morning was just a highlight of my day for pretty much most of the first half of the year. Here's why. No matter how I felt that morning, I knew that pretty much every day when I came into work, I'd greet you and you'd have a smile on your face and we'd sit and chat and talk about anything and everything. Not always, but at least I'd see a smile periodically. So with that being said, fortunately for Jesse, he only needed about 6 classes to graduate. He did that in about 1.5 quarters. Pretty good job. Very good job, actually. Jesse, even though you were with us for a very short time at Metro, staff were lucky to have you with us as part of your education. We were privileged to have you, your motivation to graduate. We were very proud of how focused you were as a student and staying on task, and pleased at how quickly you earned those credits. It is, however, with a heavy heart that I have to see you leave. But I was lucky enough to have been your advisor for that time. Jesse, you're an intelligent and respectful young man with a ton of potential. You have a new job that you enjoy and a perspective on life, new perspective on life. As you continue on forward toward your next venture in life, remember our last conversation we had today, and that most of the time, well, I'll go with that, most of all, but most important of all, enjoy your life. Thank you for everything, Jesse. Congratulations. Other hand.
That concludes our speeches for tonight. Graduates, would you please stand? Yeah. Board of Directors, Director of Secondary Education, the Metro class of 2023 has officially satisfied the graduation requirements set forth by the Cedar Rapids Community School District. Congratulations, and remember to always keep forward. The graduating class of 2023.